everybody, and welcome to a sunny day here in Pennsylvania. Today I'm going to show you and teach you how you can make some healing salve. I hope you stay tuned. Days of sunlight. My herbs are growing like crazy. I cannot wait to be able to plant them outside. It's just amazing the difference that some more sunlight can make. Wow, they're so pretty. I'm glad I brought them in from last year. A lot of time. I'm gonna be able to harvest that real soon. Last 6 weeks I had my calendula and I had my lavender and I had my rose petals, and they were all infused in some beautiful almond oil. Today I'm going to show you how to make salve, but first we have to take my beeswax and I'm going to melt it. How am I going to melt it? With the power of the sun. So I have to get this started before I show you how to make the salve. We're gonna take our beeswax and let me show you what I'm gonna do with it. Here's my really cheap sun oven that I have. And I use this for drying herbs, and I use it for melting things like beeswax. I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Now, it's going to take about an hour or two, but that's okay because I'm working on some other chores and some other videos today. But once that is all melted, then we can make our salve, and it only takes a few minutes. All right, let me show you what the infused oil looks like. All right, everyone, so here we go. We're going to let it drain for about 2 hours. So it is 2.5 cups of oil. That means I need 2.5 cups of beeswax. And then we're going to combine them. You can use the tops of the dried flowers for compost. My chickens love it, so I'm going to give them to my chickens. This salve is good for anything and everything. It's good if your hands are dry. It's good if you can't sleep at night. You can rub it on your feet. You can use it if you have aches and pain. It's just absolutely amazing because it has rose petals, lavender, and calendula. All right, everyone, I'll get back to you in just a moment when the beeswax is all melted. All right, I'm always adding more of my infused oil, so that way I've always have some going here. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with all of this thyme. Now, this thyme was growing all winter long. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut this thyme off the plant, and we're going to infuse the oil. Now this is to make more salve. Thyme actually has a lot of healing properties to it. I do not like working with fresh product because it seems to mold for me, but I'm going to go ahead and try it today. So we're going to take all this thyme and we're going to cut it off the plant so it will grow new. Then we're going to take some dried lavender as well. So I buy my lavender in bulk, and I do grow my own. We'll put the lavender on top. Now the key for infusing oil is you want to make sure that your plant material is covered with the oil. You have to make sure everything's covered, and we're going to go push it down real far like that. Gonna take some vitamin E. I got this at the Dollar Tree a long time ago. I'm gonna use the rest of that. And today we're using olive oil. Now I will use olive oil or I will use almond oil. Basically it's whatever I have on hand. And all we do is fill it with the oil. It does take a lot of oil. I buy my oil on discount, so it's pretty frugal for me. When you have infused oil and you make it yourself, you know what's in it. Plus, it's so much cheaper than buying it, especially if you use it on a large scale. I don't buy commercial products. I don't buy commercial salves or lotions. I make my own. All right, that took just about all of it. We're gonna go ahead. I am gonna put some essential oil in right away. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to try it this time. just a little bit. Now you want to label what it is so you know what herbs are in it. And put it on a windowsill and let it steep for about 6 to 8 weeks. The longer you let it steep, the stronger and the better it will be. All right, now we're going to go into making the salve. Our beeswax is pretty much all melted. You can also use this infused oil if you make your own homemade bar soap using lye. All right, on the windowsill it goes. And now let's make our salve. All right, so the beeswax is all melted, and now we're going to incorporate everything together. Because I have almost 3 cups of oil, I'm not going to use that much. That's going to make too much. So we're going to take some of the infused oil and keep that for another time. So we're going to work with 1.5 cups. We have 1.5 cups of the infused oil and 1.5 cups of the beeswax. We're going to incorporate them together. And we're going to stir it really, really well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of lavender buds in here. We have to work rather quickly before it all starts to get solid. Now you can omit this if you want, but I like having the lavender buds in it. I just think it's really pretty, and also I really love it when I put it on my feet. It has such a beautiful scent. We don't want to use too much of it. We're going to go ahead and add essential oils. And I'm adding lavender. If you're like me and you have anxiety, then I'm going to put some anxiety ease on as well, because it really helps. You can use the essential oil that you like. Now, working really quickly, we're going to go ahead. I only use a measuring cup for this purpose, and I only use the wooden spoon for this purpose. We're going to go ahead and quickly pour them into our molds. And take my wooden spoon and get out the last of it. And there you go. It's as simple as that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to melt this little bit that was left in my measuring cup. I'll go put that in the sun oven and that will melt to liquefy it, and then I can add that to the last one that I need to fill up. All right, I'll get back to you in a couple hours when everything is nice and solidified, and then you can see what the final product looks like. This is a beautiful recipe. It's perfect every time. It's half beeswax and half oil of your choosing, between olive oil, sunflower oil, almond oil. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. For more recipes how to make salve, even using tea bags that you can find at the grocery store, take a look below at the playlist all about salves and lotions.